Hey, welcome back to another RSG D&D Forgotten Realms stream. I'm Ranger J1999, your Dungeon Master, and welcome to our little campaign we were running. We've got everybody here. We'll introduce everybody. Glad to see everybody's here. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I know Finn's not because the Dolphins just got shellacked by the New England Patriots. All right.
Unfortunately.
All right. His tears are delicious. But I hope everyone's having a good day. Glad to have you here. We'll recap here in a second. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you like what we're putting out, please subscribe. If you'd like to support us and make sure we keep putting out the content that you like, you can check out our Patreon page. We're only $31 away from our first goal on our Patreon, so that's pretty cool. And also check out our GoFundMe. We are going to be running in April. We're running a marathon to raise money for the American Cancer Society. So if you would like to help us with our GoFundMe to make that happen, then please go check out our GoFundMe. That being said, let's let the players introduce themselves. We'll start with Andrew and work our way around. Andrew, who are you playing?
I play Yusith Grimhammer, the Dwarven Cleric.
All right. Johnny. John Moran. He who is John. He must be on mute. Affinity.
Yep, sorry.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
I play as Rogaris, the Dwarven Fighter.
All right. Affinity.
I play Oregon, an eccentric little gnome bard.
Could have just said bard. Grim.
I play Steve the Rogue.
Try again.
I play Morngrim the Rogue.
Corinth.
I play Valran, your half-elven Genasi wizard.
And Teals.
I play Celestra, your Morningwood elf druid.
Try again.
Celestra Morningwood, the wood elf druid.
Okay, there you go. Morningwood druid. Awful! One sec, you know what? Yep, she just died. We have to roll your new character, buddy. You took 900 damage from randomness.
Alright, I'm going to roll as a halfling prostitute.
Okay, let me just see. Nope, that character died as well, based on principles. You took principality damage. Alright, let's recap. Not a lot happened last week after our heroes had secured the prisoner. The Purple Dragons came in with Micah and took him away to be interrogated. Our heroes kind of recouped, healed up, met with Faerun and
Oh my!
What?
Someone went. Zzz, zzz.
Oh, I don't know. Met up with Faerun. They talked about some of the foes that they were dealing with. Kind of laid out a strategy. They did some shopping. They did some other things. Not a lot going on. Oregon and Morgan went to the Laughing Lass and set up another meeting, but found out that their contact would not be available for at least 2 days. Actually, it'd be 2 days exactly. So it came back and the plan was devised. The heroes feeling a little bit worried about who they were facing after understanding the information that Amarun had provided, that they were in over their heads a little bit. So it was decided for them that after learning that Isha, the world famous renowned assassin, had been a part of the plot to basically get our heroes to kill House Traylon, it was decided that they would stay at House Traylon for security and things of that nature. So last time we left, their heroes had gathered up all their stuff from the Temple of Lystra, where they had been staying at, and are now there where they have settled in to House Traylon. We'll say it's the next day. And we will start with you, Valron, because you have a meeting with Joffrey Traylon, and it is set up for first thing in the morning. You go down, you get breakfast, and you are whisked off to see Jeffrey in his study.
So am I at the door of his study, or I appear in his study?
You go to, you're in front of his door. The guard nods at you and says, kind of gives you the head nod to go ahead and go in.
Okay.
Who's
So-
pulling apart a gun or something in the background? What in the hell is going on?
Sorry, my
Okay.
mic picks up way too much.
You open the door and you see Joffrey standing there with one of his attendants, and he beckons you to sit in. He's like, "Come on in." He's like, "Please, would you like something to drink?" He asks you.
Yeah, some wine would be fine.
In the morning, okay.
Yes.
He kind of laughs, and the servant goes off and takes a second and comes over and pours you some wine in a cup, and he nods at his attendant, who leaves the room, and it's just you and Lord Traylon. And so Lord Traylon's like, "All right, you asked me last time we were together that you would like the opportunity to talk to me about possibly setting up trade rights and things of that nature. Please."
That is true, Lord Traylon.
What are you looking to trade? Who are you representing?
Okay, so from inside one of my many pockets in my robe, I pull out a scroll that has a seal not only of Mr. Nor, but another seal surrounding it, and I hand it to him.
Okay, and what does it say on it?
It's just that I represent the new Mr. Nor and attempting to setting up trading routes.
Okay. He looks over the documentation and raises an eyebrow. He reads through it, and he's like, "I would be very, very much looking to trade with Mr. Nor. And you have full authority on this," he asks you?
Yeah, in the document, it mentions me that I'm just one of the emissaries that they're sending out to particular areas, and then formal negotiations can take place from there on.
All right. And this would be exclusively for Cormyr itself for trading rights with your for Mithranor?
That is what I am offering, yes.
And what is the goods and supplies that you're looking to trade in?
Well, mostly, from what I understand, Cormyr was nearly decimated in its most recent war, so reconstruction I'm sure is part of the effort that will be being done, as will defense. So I imagine it is along those lines.
Okay. So you guys get into the nitty gritty for the next hour or so. You kind of work out some of the things that are done. Once you do, you see that Lord Traylon, who's very happy with the terms. You guys work out the terms, and he signs documentation to you to be given to your superiors, saying that House Traylon will immediately start trade and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, all the legal mumbo-jumbo that comes into it. You guys kind of go back and forth on a little bit of the details, but you basically have set up trade between your house and the government of Mithranor, the elves, and with House Traylon being representation of the of Cormyr and specifically of House Traylon.
Thank you very much. And I, of course, nod to him, and I'm paying him, you know, like nice reverence. You know, I'm not being cocky or anything like that. I usually am.
Okay, so you bow. He reaches up and shakes your hand, and you go. You are free to go do whatever you want. What are the rest of you guys doing? You guys wake up. You see Valron summoned to Lord Traylon's for a meeting. You guys, is there anything you guys would like to accomplish? By the way, everybody did reach level 7, and we've already rolled all the stats and stuff for that. So our characters are level 7.
What time of day is it again?
It's mid morning.
I'm just gonna hang around with the group because I don't want to be alone. So whatever they do.
Anybody in the group wants to do. I'm knocking this out. Beginning of the campaign or the session here before we do anything else.
Well, we have all the money from all the gear that we sold the other day.
Yes.
Maybe we should divvy that up.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you guys can do that. However, you guys, who's got the money right now?
Valron.
How much do you have that was from all the selling of the stuff?
It was 170.
All right, so divide that.
175. Yeah, you got
175.
50 for the swords
Yeah,
and
175.
125 for the armor.
There you go. So you go ahead and divvy that up. So that's what, like 12,
29
29, I don't know.
gold.
Actually, add another 100 onto that because that's out of my pocket for one of the rings of protection that I got.
Okay.
Yeah, you do have another ring of protection, Morgan. Is there anything you or anyone you want to give that to? You had
Yeah,
three.
it's
You gave
on my
one.
fingers. That's why I'm putting extra gold into the pot because it comes out of my actual pocket.
All right. So you're going to keep it and have 2 rings of protection plus 1?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
All right,
please.
make sure you do that. Okay, so there's actually
275, which means everyone gets 45 gold and let me see here. Splitting it up here. Nah. Why is it closing? Stupid. Look at stupid calculator. There we go. I mean, however you want. Somebody will get a little more, but it's about
It's
8
fine.
silver.
Yeah, you guys can figure it
45
out.
gold and 8 silver, and one person I think gets 9.
Okay, there you go. So that's fine. So make sure you write that in your inventory.
So Valron, you can keep 9.
All right, so that's
Everyone
taking
else
care of
will get
anything
45
else. Okay, so for the next 2 days, nothing really happens. You guys hang around the castle, kind of get the lay of the land, you know, do some stuff here and there, but you guys are kind of chilling out. There's guards that House Strayland provides. You guys feel secure here. It's the second day since you had set up your meeting. So, Morgan, it's coming up time, say it's day 2, and it's coming up time for your meeting.
Okay. Oregon, let's go.
Alright.
All right. So you and Oregon head over to the Laughing Lass to meet up with your contact. You walk in. The gentleman nods at you and just asks you to go straight up. And you know where to go. Oregon, you're not allowed to go up. So you're kind of still in the Laughing Lass. You can get yourself something to drink and hang out, but you're not allowed to go up with Morgan. Morgan, you go up to the same room that you've been to before, and the same lady that you saw previously, this time wearing a different outfit, a little bit, you know, just comfortable wear. You can see she still has that hat you saw before, but she is the same elvish looking woman that you saw before. She's sitting in the same room, this very nice comfortable room, at the desk, at the chair, looking at you. She beckons you in. You go into the room and you sit down, and she says, "Well, welcome back."
Have some more information for you about our predicament.
It seems you are
With Traylon and what was the other one?
Gaith.
Yes.
Yes, we heard about your exploits. You being a member of the newly formed Ebon Shade.
Yeah. But I wanted to fill you in with hopefully being able to give you more information than you probably already
She
have.
raises a hand. She's like, "I probably have it. Don't worry. We don't usually. She's like, you ask questions, I give you answers. This is how it works. So, what do you want to know?
Have you found out any information about the man with the 2 swords that I described last time?
Yes, he is one of the world's most famous assassins. He is legend. His name is Isha. He is... Not much is known about him, other than he is as deadly as they come. He has never been able to be stopped. Once he picks a target, he has never been stopped before. He has a partner that goes around with him by the name of Condi, and they go where the money is. But
That's another question I was going to ask. Has there been any word as to who's been the source of their money during this little bit?
Usually they have points of contact, some way of being hired, but nobody that I know of here has hired anybody like that in this area. But we're still investigating, because if Iash, as far as we know, has never been a part. There's been rumors of him being a part of some other organization, but typically he works for money. So, it's the only thing he does. He has motives, but we've never been able to ascertain those. And he does something, people think it's him. He never takes credit for anything. We just know that from certain exploits, but he is good at what he does. Be very careful. Anything else?
Sorry, out of character. I'm trying to remember what we were gonna talk to her about. Some other stuff, Finn, but I forgot what they were.
The silver pendant.
Ah, yes. I show it to her.
She looks at it. Looks like a silver pendant of House Traylon.
His compatriots were wearing these.
She looks at it and she's like, looks like a silver insignia of House Traylon. Was there something more you were trying to ascertain about it?
I know that the houses have been feuding between each other before, and
good question. We are looking into that as well. Now, Lady Egath, being the leader of House Egath, last couple of days, her warehouse is back up and running, although under different management. She protested about being attacked, but feigned ignorance about anything, about knowing any knowledge of anything of any kind of sort. But she has the right people in the right places that she is well known for. So if she has not already got back into business, she will be soon. But nothing they can concrete put back onto anything of hers. I mean,
okay.
The play of houses has always been a thing in Cormyr. It hasn't been of recent, but we're not. From what you tell me, it sounds like she's trying to make a move against House Traylon, which I don't know why she would. But then again, who knows why people do the things that they do? Money's always an option. So,
and one last thing, more than likely you've heard of what went on at the warehouse between us and...
Yes, we know.
Okay.
She looks at you.
I'm sorry, Ranger. My brain's not working very good right now.
She's like, so...
Can I help really quick? Because we would have been discussing it over the past couple days.
Yeah, you can hint. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. How much can we fetch for the pin?
Yeah.
Okay. So you ask her how much she could fetch for the pen?
Yeah.
She's like, well, it's only worth the silver it's made from, so I would say a couple silver. I mean, it's well crafted, maybe you get a little bit more, but there's nothing magical or special about it.
Okay. It might be better just to hold on to it for now. It might have its uses in the future.
Possibly. Value-wise, it doesn't have any special value or anything like that. Other than to confuse and trick you, it would seem.
Okay. Well, the main part of this was just to fill you in on any information you might have missed, which I had a feeling you didn't miss any. But just to be on the safe side, I want to.
Well,
and
I
put the gold on the table for her and say
Please.
thank you for your time.
She says, "Oh, it's a pleasure. Anything we can do for you in the future, let us know."
Oh, I will.
She kind of gives you a head nod, and you leave the room downstairs, and you see Oregon sitting there drinking, being merry, being Oregon. Anything else you guys want to do?
Have a name.
Grim. Hey, Morgrim, how much can we get for that pin?
Not much. We're better off holding on to it in case it might come into be usable in the future.
Fully. Okay. Really hoping we could get something for that one.
So you
But that's
guys,
interesting. She said it wasn't worth anything? Just the silver?
The silver that it was made from.
So, that's interesting. Okay. Because that means somebody can easily get these made then, that they're not anything restricted just to the house or anything. So, interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Actually, I wonder, is there a maker's mark on the back of this pin?
make an investigation check.
That would be a 13.
You have no idea. You see, there's no markings or anything that you can ascertain anything from, or there's nothing you can glean from looking at it, other than it just looks like, from what you've seen from House Traylon, a replica of their house signia in silver.
Okay.
Can I try as well?
All right, make an investigation check there.
Nope.
You think that Morgan
Wow.
is the smartest man you've ever seen when it comes to this.
It's so shiny.
Yeah, you think it's a really cool symbol of House Traylon.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, so you guys head back toward the mansion, the House Traylon. Another day goes by. On the third day, of course, I'm sure you tell the party the information, so everybody is informed of what's going on. On the third day, in the morning, you guys awake, you have breakfast. You are, after breakfast, you guys are kind of chilling out in one of the rooms, just making your plans, and then Faerun comes into the room. And she looks at you guys and says, "Well, seems like Comfort agrees with you guys."
We're alive. That's a good sign.
Indeed.
I bow.
She's like, "You really need to stop doing that, Balron."
I doubt, but I will try.
I look at Valron and like, you know what? He does this all the time. And then I
Well,
bow too.
he's being
I don't want him to be alone.
He does it respectfully, but I'm not.
Yeah, so now the gnome bows too.
Listen, all right. She's like, "Don't make me turn you into a toad or something." I'm not comfortable with all the bowing. So our class
bow 100 times right now just to see him get turned into a toad, but I don't.
No.
Okay, and then he kneels, but he looks like he's almost the same height.
She's giving you a look like, "You really, really want me to do something awful to you?"
You're very kind.
She just ignores you and goes, "I need you, gentlemen and lady, to come with me. There's someones I want you to meet that can shed some light on what you guys have been dealing with."
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay, and I like hop up out of my kneel stance, salute her, and then start walking towards her.
Alright, it's like, now I'm going to cast a spell. It's going to create a doorway, and it will help us get to where we're going. Everybody have everything they need. You shouldn't really need much, but is everybody ready to go?
Where are we going?
Hold on, and I call over for an attendant really quick.
One of the serving maids comes over and says, "Yes,
Can you please take care of Fern and Orchid?" And I hand him Fern and Orchid.
of course." She kind of grabs
Thank
them
you.
and gives you a look of like, Jesus, and then goes over and you can see that she's walking toward, there's a sunroom here that with, there's places that they can be taken care of.
Mhm.
So she takes Fern and Orchid away. All right, so Emerald looks at you guys and says, "Are you guys ready?"
Yes, ma'am.
She looks at you, Valron gives you a wink, and you see her move her hands and start muttering magic, and all of a sudden the portal opens up, and she's like, "All right, everybody through."
Go.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can identify what you just did?
Yeah, you know it's a teleportation spell. I'm not going to have you roll for that.
Okay.
Dimensional door.
Dimensional door. So you guys are shifted, and you guys are all of a sudden in this forest. And next to this house, a very well put together wooden house in the woods. And it takes you a minute to acclimate yourself. It's a partly cloudy, sunny day. The weather's nice. There's nothing going on. You can see I've moved you guys to the image. The best representation of it you can see. And you guys all step through the portal. Emerald falls behind you, and you guys are kind of.
Valorant's kind of visibly shaking.
Why would you be shaking, Valorant? You don't know where you're at.
I have a feeling and I'm nervous.
A cabin in the woods. I've seen this movie before. No, I'm just kidding.
Valron, let's see. Jason comes from behind you and stabs you for 900 damage. You were right. You're like, why?
All of a sudden, Jamie Lee Curtis runs across the the foyer.
Mm-hmm. Would you come out here? And she's like, welcome to Shadowville.
Where? What now?
Shadowville.
Now he's really like shaking.
And just as she mentions that, you guys can see the front of the cabin. It's a very nice, homely looking, very well put together home. And at the mention of Shadowville, you see a woman in looks like work clothes, pants and a shirt and everything. She is exceptionally beautiful, and she has long silver hair that goes past her lower back almost to below her butt, that is just exceptionally long. She has silver eyes, and she walks out, and you can tell she was doing some work. Looks like she was cutting wood from what you can tell, and she'd gone inside for a second. She comes out and she's like, "Oh, finally visitors." She looks at Amaranth and she's like, took your time, didn't you, sweetie? And Amaranth's like, she gives her a look like, shut up. And goes over and gives her a hug. And she's puts her hands on her hips. She's like, well, who do we have here? I think introductions are in order. And Amaranth's like, well, mistress, I present to you the Ebon Shade. She kind of smiles and is like, the Ebon Shade, that's a nice name.
We were formerly known as Asthma.
She kind of chuckles.
I facepalm.
I think the name you've chosen is the better one. You hear McCartman's like, I swear to God, do not ever say Asthma again. I will throw you. She looks quizzically at the dark elf. She's like, you seem familiar. He's like, oh, I don't think so. I mean, maybe we've crossed paths in a time or two, but, you know, probably of the organization that I work for. She says, indeed. She looks at all of you like she's assessing each and every one of you, and she's like, well, welcome to my home. Glad to make all of your...
Any symbols on her?
No symbols on her whatsoever. She says, and she kind of bows a little bit, and Storm Silverhand. And welcome to my abode.
Yeah, I like, bow like visibly.
She's like, please. She looks at Emery like, you're right about him.
As soon as Velron bows, you see Oregon bowing too.
Like, we're all friends here. Let's keep this informal. She look at me. I've been working all day. I have quite a lot on my plate these days. And who are each of you? She looks at you. She looks at the two dwarfs. Well, it's been a while since I've seen dwarfs in these parts. She looks at you, Andrew, like, and who may you be?
I'm Yusuf.
follower of Lystra, it looks like?
No, Lyra.
Lyra, I'm sorry, I keep saying Lystra, I apologize. Of Lyra?
Yes, that is correct.
She smiles at you. Not heard of many dwarves that follow Lyra, so interesting. She looks at you, Rogaris, she's like, and who is this stout fellow here?
I am Rogaris, soldier.
And what clan do you represent? I'm not familiar with that clan.
I didn't know there was a Q&A.
It's like, well, when you think of it, let me know. She kind
I'm
of
trying to look it up here in my bio.
You see Rogaris with the mouth.
He talks better when he has beer.
She goes over to you, Morgan. Is like, and you are?
I'm Morgan. Morgan. Wow, yeah, I'm Morgan. Morngrim. Sorry, my tongue's not working around beautiful ladies, and I...
Indeed. You seem like you're from this area. Where do you hail? And another tongue says, Morgan all of a sudden just is like, She just starts giggling and laughing. Like, oh. She looks
of course,
at
it helps if I unmute myself.
Oh, okay. So the question was posed.
Yeah, I let her know that I'm from Icewind Dale.
She's like,
The 10 towns.
Interesting. Your heritage says from this area. I guess I got that one wrong. Interesting. We'll talk later. I think your lineage dates back further than you think. She looks at you, Oregon, and says, and who is this feisty little fellow?
Hello, ma'am. I am Oregon from the House Riverwash from Iljac.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Glad to have you here. And then finally she looks at you, and Valron.
When she leaves from me, right, and she starts addressing, I turn to the other guys and say, "That's how you talk to a lady."
McCarvin's like elbows you, like, shut up.
And I roll my eyes at him.
And my
scoffing.
Name, she pronounces my name different, by the way, because I introduced my
full name. I'm not going to try to say that, Valron.
Yeah, because I did pronounce it to Maroon haven't been pronouncing it to the rest of the group.
Well, so she pronounced it that way,
right?
But I'm not trying that right now. So she's blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Like the group, I'm saying the group hasn't heard me introduced in that name before.
Right. She starts speaking Elvish, but she's like, let's stick with common for. She kind of nods her head to the rest. You, my friend, quite a journey you've been on.
Arriving from Evermeet was very shocking.
Indeed. And how goes your journey?
I believe that I have done something good for my kingdom so far, and I will be informing my elder later.
And how's my mother been treating you?
Very well. Everyone in Cormanther, Mr. Honor, are wonderful to be around.
Indeed. So, let us go inside. Get it comfortable. So you guys go inside, and as you guys are making...
As we're going
I feel unwanted.
Oh, did I missed you. I'm sorry, Teals. Everyone kept not saying anything. It threw me completely off, and she looks at you.
She doesn't care for women, I see.
No, I just didn't see you with her, Tails. She looks at you, Tails, finally. It's like, another lovely lady. And who might you be, my dear?
Celestra, and come deep from the forest of Cormanther.
I can tell that. New to the vestiges of the world, I see?
Quite.
I sense very strong woodland magic with you.
You could say that.
I just did. She kind of smiles at you. A pleasure. She kind of takes your hand, Teals, and it's like, it's a pleasure to have you here in my home. And to all of you, welcome to my home. Please, come in.
As we're going in, I kind of go over to Valron. Kind of nudge him. Did she just say, how was my mother treating you? To you?
Yes.
Who's her mother?
If she wanted her name to be spoken, she probably would have.
I kind of give you like a weird look. Okay. And then I just get a smile on my face and just continue.
Roll intelligence. Or actually, roll a history check, Finn. You know who Storm...
nice.
Yeah, you were able to ascertain that Storm Silverhand, although she had a mortal mother, her true mother is Mistra. And that is the god of magic and the weave. And you know who she is. She is one of the seven sisters.
Understand why I am bowing?
So you know that she is very famous, the bard of Shadowvale.
And when he asked me that, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna trust you when you bow because you seem to know all these people somehow. When you bow, I'll bow.
Yeah, you know who she is. You know her exploits, some of her exploits. You know that she is one of the seven sisters. You know that this is her famous home here in Shadowvale. You know that she is also well known through many circles. She's one of the leaders, or was the leader of the Hoppers. You don't know what her status is now, but you know that she is incredibly powerful in magic. You know that the Seven Sisters are exceptional mages, wizards, sorcerers. So you know a little bit about that. You don't get into any specifics, but you've heard the tales, and you know a little bit being a bard. It's not hard to learn information like that. You get yours from word of mouth. Valron gets his from reading books and knowledge. So yours is more like that. So as you go in, you see it's a very nice, spacious... Hold on a second, guys.
Yeah. Oregon's just taking cues from Valron now in terms of when to bow.
Sorry about that. I got asked a question. So, you go into the house. It's very spacious. It's very nice. Very cozy interior. You guys are able to sit down and you see that there's a gentleman at the table who seems to be drinking buttermilk. Bald head, and he has a goatee.
It's Ranger. Sorry.
No, that would not be Ranger. Finn. A bolt of lightning comes from her, and you are turned into a pool of Vicky goo. You're on a 5-minute timeout, buddy.
Can I get a history check? Or do I need to?
This would be,
sit down.
You guys all sit down. You notice the man. You're trying to figure out if you know who this is.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can roll an insight check. 6.
Ooh.
You don't know. Natural 1.
That's a 1.
You think
it's
he looks like a very handsome old man with a pointy goatee.
Great.
You think that buttermilk looks delicious. And he kind of looks over at you guys, and Storm says, well, glad to have you here. Amaroon's been telling me of your exploits. And she kind of is wiping her hands and washing her hands and kind of cleaning up herself. She pulls her hair back a little bit, is away from her face, and it's like, but I did not bring you here for myself, although Amaroon told of what's been happening in Cormyr, and she kind of shakes her head and rolls her eyes like, I swear I just cleaned out all that nonsense many years ago, but it seems like it always continues. The will and act of mortals, but this sounds like more than the will of an act of mortals. And my friend over here can give you a little bit of more insight of what you guys are facing. And she kind of nods over to him and is like, all right, I'll be right over. He kind of walks over.
It's like Deckard Cain.
He's like, All right there.
Stay a while and listen.
Well, come on in and come over there to you guys. And he kind of walks over and he sits down and he's like, I'm glad to meet you. I don't think you guys know me, but my name is Mordenkainen. And I am here on the good graces of Miss Silverhand to recover after my recent exploits, which are not important right now, but nonetheless, it's important for me to tell you what I can ascertain from the information from Faerun. Why is that young man bowing? Stop that nonsense.
You see Organ do what he's doing now constantly, so he sees Valron bowing and he
What
turns
is
away and
this?
starts bowing
Listen, I'm
himself.
just a wizard. Good God. Sit down. Jeez.
Ooh,
Make
wizard.
it seem like I'm some kind of god or something. Uncomfortable. Stop it.
Awkward.
Very indeed. They're Morgrom, whatever your name is.
Can I polymorph the
Good
gnome
enough.
yet?
Can you do what now?
Can I polymorph the gnome yet?
Do you want to polymorph him?
I was just asking the rest of the party.
Oh, you were asking the rest of the party. I mean, McCarvin's actually giving you he kind of puts his hand on his chin like, no, that's not the bad idea. No, let's not do that. All right, enough horseplay. I'm still recovering.
All right, and I go and sit down near him.
Don't get too close to me, young man. I need you just to sit like a normal person in the chair so I can share information.
I kind of slowly scoot back and sit like a normal person.
Now, I've been known to travel the universe, the multiverse, and know a lot of things. I've been away from this land for a long time, and I can tell you that what you're facing is a lot worse than you may think. Let me tell you a story of long ago. Back when the verses were forming, Lord Ao, as it's well known, started the universe, and through his power, the gods came and the rest is the rest. But before all that happened, what is not known is that Lord Ao, with all things in the universe, has his balance. As if there's a Lord Ao, as everyone knows, in time of troubles and things of that nature, there's no one more powerful than him. That was the thought. But that's wrong. He has a sister. The blood wars, everything, comes from her. If Lord Ao is structure and law and order and righteousness and truth and goodness, well, I don't know about goodness. You can't give Storm a look like, irregardless, his sister is the opposite. When they first formed, however you want to put it, Ao overpowered his sister and defeated her, seeing her being the opposite of him. From their battle, the verses came forward, and Lord Ao from that point was able to make the world go his direction. He was able to imprison her and keep her away. But he could only imprison her, he couldn't keep her power from seeping in. Her exploits have done things like form the abyss and caused the chaos that has come from the abyss. She has no direct contact, but she has some power to influence things. The blood war between the devils and the demons and the angels, and between good and evil. However, she's always hated her brother and has always wanted to escape. From that, she has, through her machinations, tried many different ways to do this. And no one really knows her true intentions. However, unbeknownst to a lot of folks, there is a very secret organization that I've learned about. They call themselves the 10. 10 of the most powerful people per realm or universe. In this land, they are always known as the 10. 10 of the evilest, strongest people that are totally devoted to her. And they do her bidding to sow chaos, destroy the world, and whatever her bidding might be. I don't know what that is, but I do know chaos is what she lives for. Anarchy, destruction, total domination of the world. These agents are her 10 representation of this world. Now, the 10 are exceptionally dangerous and exceptionally powerful. They go from wizards to warlocks to sorcerers. It doesn't matter. And if any fall, they are replaced by another who she will have recruited into those ranks. They are her will on this land of Faerun. 2 of them you have met. Or at least one of them. He looks at Amarin like, 1, 2? Damn it, can I get some more buttermilk over here? You see Cameron kind of chuckling, go and get him some more buttermilk. He takes a sip, like, no, that's the best thing. Let me tell you, if you really are in a pinch, you want to get some buttermilk. Let me tell you, buttermilk is the best thing ever. I've traveled throughout and nowhere makes better buttermilk than here. You hear Storm go, oh, right, I forgot. We're not here to talk about buttermilk. We're here to talk about the 10.
Oregon.
Oregon raises his hand.
I have a spell named after him.
Well, of course you do, young man. I've created a lot of spells that people use today. Now,
Oregon is raising his hand, by the way.
This is not a classroom, young man. You can ask any question you want. Is it about
Could I
buttermilk?
please get a glass of buttermilk?
Well, of course you can. Everyone just chuckles and pours another glass of buttermilk for you. And it is delicious.
Again.
That's right. When you go into battle, make sure you have lots of buttermilk. It's the best way to be for battle. Now, where was I? It wasn't buttermilk. Oh, yes. The 10. The 10 are the most evil incarnate you can imagine. They are power-hungry, driven, and they serve her will. Whatever that will may be. I don't know what her intentions are, but I can guarantee you that this Cormier has something to do with it. Remember, anarchy, chaos. These are what she wants. To destroy anything of the structure that her brother has scun forth. If you look throughout history, things that we thought that happened because of just random events were not random. The time of troubles, as I've learned through my travels, was because of her. Sowing the seeds of disconnect and discord throughout the land and in the gods and wherever where she thinks necessary to cause the most strife and pain that she can. I forget.
Sir?
Well, see, that's how you do it. You just say, sir, see, that's how you do it. Now, what would you like to know there?
You said we've met 2 of them. Could you tell us who those 2 are?
Well, one, this Esath character I know is one of the 10.
Okay.
And of course his traveling companion is Condi. I only know of this because before I went on my adventure I started to investigate them. I don't know who the other 8 are. Needless to say, you will know. They wear her symbol upon them somewhere. As true believers.
And what is her symbol?
He kind of takes his staff and in front of you, he kind of a... Actually, no, he takes a... He's like, well, let me show you. He takes a staff and he kind of draws this in the air. So imagine an 8 and draw a line through the center of it. Now, there, Mr. Gnome, you asked a question with the 8 and the line into it. What do you think that means?
They are breaking infinity?
No, but that's a good answer. Nice try. Look at it harder. Expand your mind. It's not an 8 with a line through it.
Is it an hourglass with a line through it?
Well, you're getting there, but it's not actually a symbol.
18?
No, not 18. You're on the right track there.
She wants to destroy everything. It represents destruction.
No, that's not what it represents, but she herself does. Her symbol is just who she is. Can you figure it out, my little friend?
Is there something I can roll to be like all Morngrim actually knows something?
Sure, roll an intelligence check.
I know nothing.
Morgan's like, it's a piece of metal. No, that's wrong. You need to quit drilling on yourself there, Mr. Grimm. Anyone
I
care
don't
to
think
venture?
I can decipher this, sir.
Alright, separate the first half from the second half, and what do you get? Keep the line with the second half.
You get a backwards 3, and then a 3 with a line next to it.
Ah, those aren't numbers, my friend. Those are letters.
EB.
Ebb. Lady Ebb.
Interesting.
If you see that symbol, prepare yourselves for wanton chaos and destruction from any of those that are her will. History says she's been here since the beginning, working her machinations in the background and sowing discord wherever she can to try to destroy the world. I have learned that she has bigger motivations. You must be very wary of these folks. They are not your trifle adventuring things that you've seen before. Nothing you will ever face is as powerful as these folks. I dare say some of them are more powerful than Storm or on her level. Some are less. Nonetheless, they are indeed powerful and carry incredible magical artifacts. The swords that now Mordenkainen can't talk. Thank you. The swords
Sir?
that Esheth cast. Oh yes, there, my elf friend. Would you like some buttermilk?
No, I'm fine with the.
Are
with
you
wine,
sure?
thank
You look a little pasty and thin there, my friend.
I'm just very impressed to be in the room with such power.
Oh, the ass kicking can stop now. I don't like it, so just speak your mind.
When I actually looked at Storm too when I said that, so it wasn't just him; it was Storm as well.
Well, but she doesn't like it either. So either speak your mind, or quit stuttering and bowing and all this other garbage. We don't have time for it.
Okay. No problem.
It is delicious buttermilk.
It's
Indeed, I love buttermilk. All right, Mr.
I know.
Valeron, what is your question there, my friend?
I am also having my tongue tied, so I apologize. I will speak later.
You need some buttermilk. He looks at Aaron. Here, Aaron, get him some buttermilk, if you wouldn't mind, dear. She goes up and grabs some buttermilk for you and gives it to you, Valeron. See, drink some of that. It'll make you feel a lot better and more confident and get you ready for anything you need to face. Buttermilk.
I'm skeptical of this buttermilk.
Well,
Something's
my
going on with
elfish druid friend, why don't you try some? You look like you're a natural lady. Why don't you try some buttermilk?
Can I make a perception check to make sure it's safe?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it looks safe as far as you can tell. He's drinking it, so
Fair enough.
all right. He gives you some buttermilk. Try it; it'll make you feel wonderful. Just a happy content.
It's bitter like lemon.
It is not bitter like lemon. Listen here, young lady. It just tastes like buttermilk. Unless someone put some lemon in there. I don't think that happened.
Sir?
Yes, Arrow.
Where do they typically keep their symbol of ebb?
Well, whenever they want. It can be... they have a symbol always on them. It could be a ring, it could be a necklace, it could be a tattoo, it could be a marking of some sort. Always hidden, never in the public. They only seem to bring it out when they're about to do some destructive things. And then said those that see it normally do not ever get to tell the tale. Very few have.
Sir, have the 10 been deities themselves in the past, or have they
Good
always
question.
been somewhat normal?
Some have been demigods. Some have been... It seems she controls only those beings she can through her manipulations to exact her will. Gods and demons and devil lords are a little bit beyond her scope of controlling, in the sense other than she can influence those to make rash decisions, through others to the plus and minus of the universe. For every action, there's a opposite and equal reaction, and she is that.
Have you investigated people to see whether or not they are part of the 10?
I started to, and then I got a little sidetracked, and I've been gone a long time, and I came back and I'm recovering from my excursion, which took a lot out of me.
Oh. Well, if you don't mind, there's one person in particular I just wanted to see whether or not you have investigated.
Well, of course.
Lady Edgith.
I've not had a chance to investigate her, although it seems she seems to be in the trouble with this. I don't know if she is one of the 10, or she's just a greedy person doing what she does, or she could be innocent in everything. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not as familiar with her as I would like. I've just, as I said, recently come back and started to look at things, and now I'm back trying to recover and regain my strength there, young gnome. But something is happening. I can feel it in these old bones of mine, and you must be very careful. But you must also do what's right. You must stand up to the darkness, like I have in Storm and Faerun. It is time for new blood to take up the mantle. If there's new evilers making a push for something, then it must be you, and you adventurers and people of the realms that must stand up to it.
What can you tell us about Kandi?
Kandi. Well, she is the traveling companion of Isha. She is a warrior of renown. She carries a weapon of great magnitude, although I've never actually seen it. I've heard rumors of it, able to shake the very ground that it walks on. Seems crazy that a halfling could carry a weapon of such magnitude, but she does. She is inhumanly strong and obeys Isheth at all costs. They are a pair. Isheth carries the swords of life and death. I must warn you of those weapons, especially the sword of death. The sword of death can kill you instantly if it hits. The sword of life can keep you alive. That's why I've been trying to find those damn things and destroy them. And if you do get your hands on them, I would suggest you bring them here so I can get rid of those things forever. I remember back in the days of the war, whenever they were first created, and, well, I didn't think it was a good idea then, but circumstances called for it.
Sounds like we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Well, I'm giving you information. It's what you do with it. Know your enemy, then you can counteract it. You can have all the best equipment in the world, you can be the most powerful, but if you don't have a good plan and strategy, well, you're just kind of just jerking off.
Sir, is there any way to identify which sword is the one of life and which one is the one of death?
Yes. The sword of life is always white and glows white, and the sword of death is black and glows a darkness that consumes life around it.
Can these blades penetrate objects of force, such as wall of force, as well?
Oh, like any weapon, they have to hit you, so they can be defended against, but be careful if they do hit. Be careful and understand what you're facing.
Yeah, I was just wondering if
they're not that powerful. Magic
Okay.
can counter magic.
Thank you.
So, can you be killed by the sword of life?
The Sword of Life, you can be damaged by it, but it's more about... The Sword of Life is more of a defensive blade. It can heal you, it can keep you going, it keeps you from dying. The Sword of Death is what sucks souls from their bodies and destroys. So they kind of work in cohorts together.
Can the Sword of Life resurrect the dead?
Well, I'm not familiar enough with the blade to give you that exact answer. I think it can. It is the opposite of the Sword of Death. So whatever the Sword of Death does, think the opposite of the Sword of Life.
Do they have to be wielded together?
No. Many times through history, the blades were separated, and one blade was used without the other. But combined, they make the user pretty powerful. You will find that all 10 of Lady Ev's wills have exceptionally powerful magic and weapons and armor and all that. There's a reason why they were chosen. It is up to you to find those weaknesses in their armor and their magic and to be able to stop them. It has been tasked to you. It seems the fates have chosen you all to be the spearhead against this assault. We are only is able to survive by the will of others that are willing to take action to do something about it. And it's going to have to be you. Others, of course, but we all must do our part.
Is there a group that is forming to counter the 10 in terms of those that follow Lord Ao?
Well, the Harpers and organizations like that have... The thing you have to understand about the 10 is their machinations are they set up and stir trouble and do other things to cause the world to be in chaos. You must understand this. If something bad's happening, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the 10, but you need to be aware it could be the 10. Some form or aspect. I don't know what's happening in Cormyr specifically, but it seems like with Eshat's involvement, they have some kind of plan in place to do something. What it is, I can't quite figure out, but that's going to have to be something you guys figure out what their main plans are and put a stop to it. And of course, Faerun will support you, and Storm, and myself, but there are other parts of the world and other evils and things that are happening that must be dealt with. So we're kind of hoping you guys can take the lead on this while we're trying to take care of the rest of the evil and things that are going on in the world. Regardless of what Lady Ev wants, we still have other forces that want to do other things that are always just as busy for both good and evil.
Oh, I would love to help you guys out, but to be honest, for the information, but information can only get you so far. You know, we're ill prepared or ill equipped to deal with like this.
Well,
if they're that far out of our league.
Well, my friend, if you lack courage, I can't tell you what to do. I'm telling you, the path has been laid before you. Heroes are always those that do things not because they're easy, but because they're hard and they have to be done. But not everybody can be a hero. That's something you're going to have to decide as a group. Some of you may continue on and fight the fight. Some of you may go on to do other things. I can't tell you what's going to happen. I'm just telling you what you're facing at the moment. And I can't tell you what direction it's going to go. No one can see the future. Well, some can, but even then it doesn't always work out the way you think.
Sir,
Yes, my Genasi friend.
I reach into one of my pockets and I pull out a really ancient text, and I said, "This is one of my life's quests, and no one has been able to identify it thus far. Perhaps with your world-walking powers, you have seen something similar that might lead me in a direction." And I hand it to him so he can see it.
Oh, I've seen something like this before. I'll tell you what, my friend, after this little meeting here, I will talk to you. I get a sense that there's some direction in your life you're missing, and maybe me and Storm can kind of get you on the right path. Being a follower of mystery and magic, I think we can get you going.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sir,
Yes,
It's
my
not that
dwarven friend.
it's not that we lack the courage or the bravery to take on a foe
common
like this.
sense is common sense. I mean, if you're a peasant and you see a red dragon jump in front of you, the best thing to do is run. That's always the best thing.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, since you're so well-traveled and
Well,
you've known a lot of things.
I
Are
can
there
say
any
this.
weapons or
Let me
things
tell
that
you a
you
story. The reason I'm in the condition I am in is for some reason I was sent to the land of Barovia, where the vampire Faerun lived. And I tried to defeat him, and I didn't. I raised the towns against him, and his power was too great. Luckily, a group of adventurers came along and were able to defeat him, less equipped than you were, against the power of the dark powers. They made that decision to face this great evil and overcome incredible odds. But I can't tell you what you can and cannot do. You have to make that choice yourself. I'm just here to tell you the story and get you know what you're facing. I don't know the direction of what the 10 are going to do. You may never face them in battle. You may indeed try to stop some of their plots like you have been doing, which is what you guys continue to do is just as important as if you face them on the battlefield yourself. You have to make that call. You can go and do your life however you want. I'm not here to judge. But I'm saying there's a difference between the peasant who runs away and the knight in the shield that goes forward to do battle.
Yes, the peasant has a chance to live.
Well, it's about how you live, my friend. It's not living. Anybody can live.
Well, sir, do you know of any hordes of weapons or anything that we may be able to use that would help to level the field?
Well, my friend, there's tons of information and weapons and things. I can tell by looking at the gear you guys have already that you're pretty well geared.
Not against a sword of life and death. We're not.
Well,
I don't have any magic items.
Are there any mythical weapons that
there are
rival
tons.
that you know where they are?
There are tons of weapons and artifacts and things in the world that you can go after to fight this evil. That may be your first part of your quest. You don't know. I'm just saying what is happening. I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Sir, we used a spell before in order to help us track down some of these people. It was the locate object spell, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Well, of course I am.
Would we be able to use this on a person to see whether or not they have the symbol of Ebb on them?
I doubt it. It's probably protected by magics. If that was the case, we could find them just as easily we would have already attempted. And Storm's like, yeah, that won't work. They know what they're doing. My advice to you all is to do what you're doing.
Well,
the challenges will come ahead of you.
My concern is that right now we know that the 10 have taken notice of us.
Well, you don't know that, my friend. I only know of Isha. I don't know where the rest of the 10 in the world are.
That is true. Someone of the 10 has taken notice of us. And so while we complete our quests and move forward and try to ascertain more information, the person who we are dealing with, Lady Edgeth, we are unsure if she is one of the 10 or not.
Wow.
And so I don't know if returning to her at this point is safe, and so I wanted to see what your recommendation.
Oh, I'm not a strategist, but I can tell you that you don't want to just go right into the lion's den until you're ready. If you suspect that, well, information and gathering information is won more battles in the world than anything. Any fool can run into this with a sword, but the smart man sets the trap and lays plans and ambushes.
Yes, sir. But how would we identify whether or not she is one of Lady Ed?
Well,
I'm
you're
not
just
sure.
gonna have to use your knowledge and your wisdom and your smarts and gather information and make that call.
Well, let's just put it this way. This isn't the first time that she's tried to kill us.
Well, I think she was trying, from what I gathered from Lady Amaroon and Silverhand, that you were pawns in the game that she was trying to force you to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, does that make her part of the 10? I don't know. She could just be a greedy noble like they all are. I'm not very fond of nobles.
Speaking of, I'm going to bring back something from a little past adventure of ours and describe to a T the gold inlaid lead chest that she had us get for her at the beginning.
Well,
Have you heard of anything that like that before?
Well, sure I have. Lead, if you don't know there, Mr. Morgram, allows you to block any kind of scrying or magic detection, because lead can block magical energies.
Yeah, but this one was,
Oh, I'm sure something quite
very
valuable
intricate.
isn't. Well, yeah, the more intricate, the more powerful the protections. So something very powerful was in there. That might be the route you need to go. What was in that box? It was important to Lady Egath, so my question is, find out what was in it and what its intentions are. I doubt it was for her. Or maybe it was, I don't know.
What do you know about Braxlin?
I don't know anything about Braxlin.
He's a little bit of a weasel.
Well, sounds like it. You should have... I don't know. I'm sure you'll run into his person again. Now, is there any more questions? I came here to give you some information. I'm tired and I'm sore, but I'm here to help you.
And thank you for the information that you've given us.
Of course.
I turn to Lady Amaroon.
Sir, how can we contact you in the future?
Oh, I'll be here for a while. I still have much recovering to do, and Storm is being very kind to take care of me, and I will graciously accept her hospitality as I recover my full strength.
I turned to Lady Amaroon. I said, this was helpful. We have a lot of information, but I'm not sure it gets us any closer to a plan unless you were thinking of one.
Well, I can tell you this. My plan is we're going after the 10. Well, against you doing that, Lady Amaroon, but you are a match for them in some ways, and more powerful in some ways. But be careful. You and Arklath don't get in over your head like you always do. It's just like, we'll be fine. We face worse. Indeed you have. I'm just saying, caution. Caution. Now, anyone else want some more buttermilk before I go into my room to rest? I'm getting me some more buttermilk. And Storm kind of puts her hand on his shoulder. I'll get it for you. And she goes over, grabs a jug, and pours him a little bit more buttermilk. He takes a sip. He's like, it's the best damn buttermilk I've ever had. Anything else?
Perhaps the library and some of the ancient texts in there in Candlekeep might be able to help us
Of course.
find some things as well.
That's a good plan. See, now you're using your brains. Knowledge is power. Anything else I can answer for you, fine folks?
No, I think you provided us a lot of information here. Thank you very much, kind sir.
All right. Now, if you guys don't mind, I need to have a conversation with Valron. If you would so much mind to go outside with Lady Amaroon and wait for a few moments or a little bit while I talk to Mr. Valron here.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. And
As I'm leaving, I kind of pat Valron. It's like, the buttermilk is really good. And then just continue walking.
I tap him on the hand and say, "Thank you, my friend."
Lady Emmer. When you guys get outside, Lady Emmer looks. She's like, looks like we're gonna have to equip you guys with a little bit better weaponry and stuff.
That was going to be my question to you, Lady Faerun.
You didn't think I was gonna send you on something like this without getting you some help, right?
Oh,
Well,
no,
that's
of course
what
not,
I was
but-
saying.
It sounded like
No,
that's
no,
what
of
it,
course
Like,
it sounded like that's what you guys were saying in there. I wasn't sure.
I
you
didn't know if you had another plan for us besides combat.
Well, you
we
just
are definitely not
assumed
ready for
that,
combat.
yeah, we would, not help you. I'm kind of hurt by that, Oregon.
No,
I thought you...
I never assumed such a thing, Lady Amber.
Well, it sounds...
I just wasn't sure what the plan was.
Yeah,
As definitely
I'm
combat
assuming-
is not our strength in this kind of battle.
Right. Uh-huh. She's gonna
Out of character, I was threatened.
Combat's
when I
never
spoke
been
for
your
the first
pants,
time.
gnome.
Mhm.
Yes, I know. I'm
So
not
you
a
guys
fighting
are-
gnome.
Storm's like, oh, okay. So...
There seems to be a lot we're not good at, like
Mm.
investigation and intelligent rolls, history roll.
So you're out there with Lady Amaroon kind of talking about things. And so Valron, Storm kind of sits next to you, and Warren kind of looks at you. Lady Storm here tells me you're quite the magic user there, Valron.
Thank you. I am definitely doing better, and I believe that I am coming into some of my powers now.
Well, you've got a long way to go, but you're definitely on the right track. However, you seem a little bit lost on what that is. You haven't picked a school of magic yet, have you?
No, there was not very many options in the land that I came from.
I find
Here-
that...
Here they are.
Oh, Valron, let's be honest. The reason you haven't picked one is because you doubt yourself too much. It wasn't that they weren't available. You just didn't want to go that path yet. I think it's time that you did.
Okay.
What in your heart tells you you feel the wave, you feel the magical essence? Where's the direction you want to go?
My path has always been with the weave in my star itself.
Oh,
I've
what
always
specifically?
that's
We all
what I've
have
always
things.
tried.
Well, the weave will always be a part of you. Magic will be always a part of you. But where do you want to focus in on? Do you want to be an illusionist? Where do you think your strengths lie, my friend?
What I was researching, but when I met Amarun, was something called a theurgist.
Right. So what are you waiting for?
I do not know the ways of that, and I believe you have
Well,
to be selected for that.
That's a bunch of baloney. That's the stuff they teach at those stupid mage schools. You are beyond that nonsense. And he reaches into a pouch. Looks like a bag of holding. He's like, oh, I left it here somewhere. Oh, all right, here we go. This book here is all the magic knowledge you're going to need to make this happen. Now, I can give you the book. However, only you can decide to use it. Do you understand what I'm telling you, Valron?
I believe that I do.
Understand, Mr. gives you the gift of magic. You still have the choices of how you want to use it, for good or evil, and what direction you want to take that. But if this is the path you feel in your heart, then this book will help you. Study it, learn its components, and you can go in that direction. And on top of that, keep your magic knowledge going. You can be specific about this area and still learn the other arts.
One of the enjoyments of magic that I have is spreading items and creating items from magic for others. So that's one of the things
Well,
that I have
must
been.
caution you, my friend. Creating magic items is indeed can be a joyful experience, but even those with the best intentions can have their creations turned against them.
I pull out one of my scrolls and I show him a pair of boots that I said this was something that I had begun just sketching for one of my compatriots.
Ah, I like the plan.
So those things, I am always a constant study and book person, as you can see, and I, put it back away and stuff.
Well, use this book. It's time for you to start your serious training there, Valron. Storm, myself, the sisters, even Elminster. The time of what we do is still around. We still fight the good fights, but it's time for another generation to step up and take the mantle. Mister has chosen you to put you on the path to see if you're worthy. So it's up to you to decide how you're going to do that. But quit doubting yourself so much. If this is what you want, then by God, young man, go out there and get it. And drink buttermilk. I can't tell you enough about buttermilk.
I understand now. I will try and do better. One of the things that I sometimes have an issue with coming to the mainland of Faerun was saying things that out of character or to too many people, and I've tried to adjust
be
that.
yourself. If no one likes you, then they don't like you. Be true to who you are. You're a representative of the Weave and Mistra. She didn't choose you because she liked you. She chose you because she saw potential.
Thank you.
Now, I'm tired and would like some more buttermilk. I'm gonna go rest. If you have more questions, get with Faerun. She is Storm's understudy. And she can help you, and if she can't, Storm can. And if I'm ever cross your path again, well, then ask me some questions. But you have to do the knowledge yourself. We can only put you on the path of enlightenment. You have to achieve it yourself, young man.
I will do my best. Thank you for your
I
time.
know you will. Now take care of yourself, young prodigy of Mistra, and look out for your compatriots.
I will continue to do so.
Alright. So you leave, Storm kind of guides you out, and you guys are outside.
Remember, he took my text?
Oh, yeah. We'll get on that offline.
Okay, yeah. That's just part of the
He's
training
able to
thing.
identify everything you need to know. We'll get offline on that.
Okay, cool.
So, my voice, I can only do that voice for so long. So you,
No, I know.
you have a conversation. That's part of it. Nothing. It's like, oh yeah, well, I know what this is. Blah 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 and stuff. So you go outside. You see everyone's talking with Faerun and stuff, and she's like, "All right, are we all here?" Storm's like, "Be careful." She's like, "You too." And Storm looks at you guys like, "Be safe. Look out for one another. Do good."
Lady Storm, may I ask something of you?
Of course.
May I have a locket of your hair?
She looks at you kind of funny. Why would you want a locket of my hair?
That's not creepy at all.
The legends speak of the things you have done with it, and to have something that has fought in so many battles and won inspires me.
You see her pluck some of her hair on and give it to you.
She's wielded like swords and knife and stuff, and fought people with them with her hair.
I know, I was
The character.
there. I did that. Oh, you said that out of character. No,
That was out of character.
I know, but yeah. She's like,
Yeah, in character, my dude still says that's not creepy at all.
mm-hmm. Carvin's like, no, it's alright. He likes that hair. I mean, we all have different taste and things. It's good. It's very good.
I turn to Organ turns to McCarbin. Damn, he's getting a piece of lady's hair. This is a big step up for him.
Maybe someday you'll do the same.
No, I get it for Grim. I get it for more Grim.
You know, you're a strange fellow. I don't want to talk to you anymore. So you get a couple of strands of Storm's hair.
Thank you.
All right, put them in your inventory.
I will.
2 strands of Storm Silverhand's hair. Our Lord of the Rings moment. Alright, so you guys head back to House Traylon. And
What time of day is it, by the way?
by the time you guys get back, it's mid-afternoon, late evening.
Okay.
You guys are greeted, and Emerald says, "All right, I can help you guys out in 2 ways. If you want, I could say your mission's been successful of what we've been able to gather, so the other half of the money we owe you, I could give it to you, and you can acquire magical items yourself. If I don't have any stores readily available to me, but it could take me some time to gather items for you. But these would just be your typical magical items. But I think you guys have gone far beyond anything that we could ever hope that you guys could do. So, when you guys get to the house, Trailer says, so, she goes into the house, she has you follow them with you, she goes into a room you guys follow her into, and she's like, she opens up a chest and says, this chest contains 10,000 gold. To use however you seem fit to outfit yourselves.
Thank you
I
very
like
much,
how the
Lady
music
Amber.
changed right when you said, here's a chest of 10,000 gold, and that's all doon, 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 doon.
So this is what we spend on hookers and blow?
She looked at you like, please do not spend this on hookers and blow. I will be very, very put off.
Don't worry, I'll light him on fire if he gets out of turn.
I heard you do that anyway.
I'm thinking a guinea
Yes, I
pig
know.
sounds really good for him right now.
Oh, my dude has dollar signs in his eyes when he sees all that gold.
Oh, so does Oregon. Thank you very much, Lady Amaroon. We will make good use of this. We will make good use of this.
Indeed, I figured you would. It's the least we can do for everything you guys done. You went far beyond anything we could have ever hoped for. But I have some information I need to follow up on, so I will be back.
Okay.
So she goes
Thank
and
you.
walks off and disappears. So you guys are in house Traylon with 10,000 gold to use amongst yourselves.
I said
Okay.
thank you. to
Okay,
her
guys.
and goodbye as
What-
well.
She waves you goodbye.
I think it's divvy time.
What do we need? What do we need in order to make sure we can survive whatever this is?
I know what I want, but I can't afford that.
We
Well,
have 10,000 gold.
Yeah, but remember that ring that I was talking about is $5,000. So
Ooh.
no.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. I say we just pool it and we get what we need. We don't necessarily have to divide it evenly, but we need to see what we can
McCarvin
get.
raises up his hands like, I do not need the money, please. Divide it amongst yourselves.
Thank you, McCarvin. Is
How
there
much
nothing
would
that
that
would
be?
help you?
What's that, Wargon?
Is there nothing that you can think of that would be helpful for you as we fight this foe?
He's
You,
like-
you remember how crazy he was.
Well, it was also 6 against 1 with him, so...
Well, McCarvin, I think you
remember,
should get a
toyed with
because,
you.
you know, you've helped us out a lot, and
He's like, I'm
you know,
not...
I
he
look
says,
at you as
listen,
part of the group
well,
here.
you shouldn't, because I am part of your group, but I represent a bigger agency with interest and stuff. You are not in charge of me, so to say. I have a bigger man who I answer to, and he takes care of my needs. I am getting paid on top of what we are doing to figure out what is happening. There are other interests other than the ones we know of that are interested in the outcome of this, and I'm here to help you with that. Our
Would he
plans
be-
work together.
Would he be able to obtain items for us from this?
For you, no. For me, yes.
Thank you.
Could you obtain items for yourself we could buy off you?
No.
Hey! I can help us find things. Morngrim and I have connections. We'll get what we need. We just need to figure out what it is and if we can afford it.
Well, then we should probably figure out what we're going to actually need first.
I know what I want. I don't know how much it costs.
Well, what do you want?
Well,
I
here's
want-
the thing, though.
I wanted a cloak of displacement.
I get a feeling it's got to take more than just your average magical items to be able to take on this feat that we're about to do.
Yes.
McGarvin says, listen, I think you guys must be careful. The acquisition of powerful artifacts can take a lifetime. If you can find them, great. But be careful. But many of a great person who had great power and was evil was not defeated by another great and powerful artifact. It was the will, as Mordenkainen said, of those smarter and cleverer than those. Power only gets you so far. It's our wits that make us who we are. Although magic items help you survive longer, so yes, you should get more magical items, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, have you been at the last couple of battles where I've kept the ground nice and warm?
Well, it's not our fault, Morgan, that you're a paper mache thing. You need to,
I think we should...
I mean, my God, someone falls in your direction, you fall over. It's I mean, you do incredible fighting, but...
I'm there to pick him up, don't worry.
Indeed.
Possibly something that would be like a necklace or something that would revive us were we to go unconscious once. Something like that would probably be good in this scenario in case someone goes down, quickly.
Remember, we can't be hit by that sword of death.
Oh no, I'm worried about the other people that'll be with him, because I don't think we should necessarily go after him right now or them. I think we should.
I don't know if we'll have a choice on that.
Here's the thing right now, though.
Build up to that.
I think there is probably nothing more for us in this town. Because, I mean, we've uncovered something big here that chances are it's not going to happen here again since everybody knows about it. I think...
What I was thinking is that we all get a cloak of displacement. It makes it so we're all harder to hit, and we can just improve our armor. We can't get hit. We don't know what we're going to be facing with the other 10, but we know what we're facing with the one that knows us and has threatened to kill us, as we have now stayed in this city longer than he had threatened.
Well, I get a feeling Cloak of Displacement is not going to stop that dude. Because, I'm sorry, McCarvin, he kicked your ass without even drawing his swords.
It was... How did you know? You weren't there. It was 6-on-1. I took down 2 or 3 of his guys. I had nothing left. He was able to knock me out because I was...
No, you said that he kicked your ass without even drawing his swords.
Well, of course. But he's a powerful man, but it was not on even footing. I would like to go out at him again, because if it was even, I think I could do a little bit more than have to face all directions, all fighters, kill 3 of his men, and then have him come in after I'm weak and knock me unconscious. I couldn't even stop him. Normally I can, but I could tell from the sense of his skill that he has no one to trifle with, but he is not. No one is undefeatable.
But, I mean, personally, I think after seeing what has gone down here, we are very ill-prepared.
We'll always will be ill-prepared, my friend.
Well, I think we should hone our skills a little bit more before searching for this dude again, because...
Oh, I don't think our plan... I think you would have things wrong. Who said here about anybody of us going after this person? Amaru and our class are already on it. Our path lays differently. The warning we received was just information about who it is we are facing. Nobody asked us to go directly against them and say, "Aha! We are here. Let us fight to the death."
No,
that's what Valen was trying to say. Like, take this money to build up to eventually, if we do have to face them, kind of thing. We need to start somewhere, and then perhaps use this money to kill a lesser foe that has more items and more money.
My worry is it's not safe for us to return back.
It's not going to be safe wherever we go. We are involved.
We
with
have
something.
completed our task for Lady Edgith, so we.
I say we go back to her.
Oh no, that would be a bad idea.
Right now, it's a bad idea. We don't know what she is.
We must gather the information. We must.
She does owe us money, though. So.
Well, I don't think she's going to pay us after what we have done. I'm not a brain surgeon. Surgeon brain? I don't know. But I doubt that we would be paid.
We still don't know her involvement in all of this.
Well, that's maybe something we need to do.
We need to.
I think that we need to investigate her.
See, now
Well,
we're starting
here-
to think.
It's a good idea, but also a bad idea. Because remember, she said, the
All
bad
right,
things would
Mulligan,
happen
all
to
you
us.
do is say bad idea,
fail.
this, we can't do that. What do you think we should do then? What is your plan?
I'm just saying, let's not be so blatant as to go over and say, "Hey, you did what's going on?"
Well, no one is saying that that's the plan. I just said that. But I'm saying, where should we go from here? Let's say we require some items, you guys get a little bit stronger. What should we do? Should we go around the world looking for plots and things? What do you want?
Out of
Quick
character,
out of
Ranger,
question.
can you bring up the world map?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to ask a question about that too. This, as far as
You said
like
world map, right?
supplies for,
Yeah, please.
I believe Candlekeep should be considered amongst the destinations because of the amount of books their library has that might lead to more information.
Where is Candle?
It's a possibility.
Where is Candlekeep?
You look on your map, you see where it's at. It's way down south in the mountains. I'm going to see if I can point it in that area.
hey
And
Ranger,
you
this
are here.
we're in one of the port towns, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in Suzhou, yeah.
As far as equipment, would it be better for us to say go to a larger city,
This is a
or do
pretty
they have
large.
This is one
really
of the
good
large-
selection here?
This is like the second largest.
Zizelle is one of the largest cities, and it's in the top 10.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay,
huge
that's
trade.
why I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get what you want here. It's known for its trade and commerce throughout the whole, Sea of Fallen Stars and in the area. Cormyr trades and stuff because it's always protecting itself and magic and all that other stuff. That's why, I mean, it's 200,000 people plus here. And you know that by the size of it that it's, like Waterdeep's 1 million plus, right? So you know that it's up there. I mean, think of in context of like, it's a huge city, It's a seat of power for a major kingdom in the land of Faerun.
I'm with Valron. I'm fine with acquiring more knowledge before we go anywhere. So if Candlekeep is where we need to go, I'm fine with that. But I still worry that now our faces are known to Isha, and
what do you want
that
to do?
makes us
Run and hide?
vulnerable if we travel. No, I would like to make sure that we spend some of this to improve ourselves, so at least we have a better chance.
All right. Well, let's go to the Winkies, and you guys can go and try to find what you can get.
And
Okay, I'm good with that.
I'll do ascending to
Yeah, I'll go with.
the Twin Towers and see if they have something that someone specifically wants, if they would like me to as well, because I know who they are and we could contact them as well.
You contact the sister. She's like, well, if you don't have it there, shockingly, then we can probably come up with something if we see if we have it.
Yeah, because I'm playing. Some places have different magic items. That's all I was trying to say to them.
Yeah,
We might have another place.
She says if you can't find it, let us know. We'll see if we have it.
Awesome. So we have two different ways of acquiring magical goods. If this place doesn't have it, maybe they will.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so it's mid to starting to get late afternoon, but you know that Winkies will still be open, so you guys all head over to Winkies.
Well, I know Oregon and myself were.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I'll
guys,
go with you.
everybody piles together and heads over to Winky's Wonderful World of Wondrous Items and all that stuff. You guys walk in, and it's a quiet day. There's one attendant with a customer, and the only person you see is the father. You don't see Winky anywhere. He seems to be behind the main counter.
Ruh-roh.
Sitting there, and he's sitting there doing like he always is, looking at his book and drinking some wine.
Good morning, sir.
You walk in and approach him. He's like, "You guys again, huh?
Of course. We are frequent patrons.
Did you come here to jerk my chain, or you're gonna buy something this time?"
Depends on the pricing that you have.
What are you doing with that ring of water walking, by the way, Grim?
We sold it, remember?
Oh,
We
you just
traded
saw it?
for
That's
the
right.
3
Okay,
rings
I
of protection.
couldn't remember. I thought you did, but I couldn't think about it, so I was just out of character. Like, all right. Last time you kind of farted around. You here to actually buy something, or?
Depends on the prices.
Well, that's what I damn well make the prices.
Were you able to
Well,
look?
if they're
look
good,
at
then we
my-
will purchase.
Listen, you can't all talk at once.
Mhm.
If
Were you
they're
able to
good, then
look
we
at
will.
my sketch?
You did it again. I'm going to punch you. You know. What do you want?
If they're good, we will purchase it.
All right. She-elf, what do you want?
The diagram I gave you, were you able to possibly make a headway on that?
No. I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna find out. He goes and looks, and it's like, we're getting there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Where are you looking to buy?
So, first, I was curious if you had any Cloak of Displacements or a Ring of Spell Storing.
One at a time, you little mouthy gnome. Cloak of Displacement, huh? Let's see here. See, he's flipping through his book, and he's looking at it real close like this. He's like, cloaks. Damn it, Winky, why do you have to write this stuff for all discombobulated? Cloak of Displacement. Okay, Cloak of Displacement. We have 2. Huh, these haven't been selling as much as I'd like. Alright, so I've got 2 cloaks of displacement.
And how much are they?
Let's see here. Carry the 5 taxes and interest. Let's see here. Are you gonna buy both of them, or are you just gonna buy one?
I turn to the group. Anybody else interested?
I am interested in one of those, yeah.
Yes. So we may procure both.
4,000 gold for both.
Okay. And what about the Ring of Spell Storing?
The what?
Ring of Spell Storing.
Well, don't you rush me. I'll kick you right out of this store.
No problem, sir.
Don't you give me lip.
I'm just perusing around, seeing what he's got on display and stuff.
1,800 gold.
And how many do you have?
1.
Okay.
What level of spells does that store?
Out of characters, so they all can store anything from first to 5th.
Yeah, 1st to 5th.
You put the spells in there, but it can store always 1 through 5. Unless there's something special or interest creating.
Yeah, maybe that must be a 5e thing. Like usually you can put like kind of anything in a spell.
Listen, this is the ring I have. You quit bringing up the stuff. Alright, so yeah, ring of spell storing and too close to this displacement. What else you want to buy?
How much about is your ring of regeneration you had last time? That might be more valuable for me than the cloak.
Well, what do your other friends want? You guys are sitting there saying what you want. Does anyone want to buy anything?
Rings of protection. How much are they?
Let's see here. Well, first let's do one at a time. Ring of regeneration. Those are hard to come by. I have one. That'd be 7,000 gold.
Yeah, it's too much.
Rings of protection. Plus 1 will be 500. Plus 2 will be 1,200. Plus 3 will be 1,800.
How about a gauntlets of ogre power?
Alright, well, let me see if we have some. Those would be 150.
That's the gauntlets?
That's what I said, damn it. Quit making me repeat myself, you little dwarven butthole.
Alright, and a belt of giant strength.
Listen here, you. Alright, look it up.
For the record, those don't stack with the gauntlets ogre power.
Oh.
The belt, giant strength, would be 1,000 gold.
Do you have a hat of disguise?
Alright. I swear to God, you little bastard, if you don't buy any of this stuff, I'm gonna punch you in the head with a magic missile by a mage hand.
Oh. Yeah. I like magic missile.
200 gold.
Okay. And what about a rod of security?
I'll give you a rod. $8,000.
Okay.
We don't have any. We'd have to make it.
How about a staff of the woodlands?
A staff of the woodlands for the lady. He kind of looks at you like, hello there.
Hi.
In fact, I'd like to talk to the lady the rest of the time. Staff of what now?
Staff of the woodlands.
$2,000.
You guys want to contribute towards that? It'd be something beneficial.
What's that do?
Does a lot, actually.
Does a lot.
It's very nice.
It's very beneficial to a druid.
If any of you would like any suggestions, I can make them since I study magic and stuff. But you may look
Listen
for
here.
things you want.
Listen here, Beanpole. I'll tell them what they want to buy. You listen here. I don't need another mage trying to tell me how to sell my stuff here.
That's okay. He's a friend. We are working
It's
together
not my
to buy
friend.
stuff from you. I turn to Faerun. So what would you suggest we get?
Did you want me to go over what the staff does?
No. You can tell them later. Yeah, Valor, if you want to tell them what you think, go ahead. Like, you guys have a huddle or something. Outside
I don't want to piss that guy off, so that's why.
Well, I was saying you go have a little huddle on the side, away from him, because he's a grumpy old piece of crap.
Okay.
I turned
I'll
to
smile. I'll smile at
Can you keep him distracted for a little bit?
I'll smile at him 1 second as we figure out how we want to spend our money today.
Roll a charisma. Roll a charisma check for me, Tills. With advantage. Not a save. Just roll a d20 plus charisma. And you roll it twice. Yeah, 15. He's like, oh, hello there. Don't get many beautiful elves in here. You don't say anything?
Sorry, it lagged out.
He's basically hitting on you, Tills.
Yeah, well, I haven't been around the cities too much. I've lived most of my life in the woods.
You should come have dinner with me sometime.
What'd you have in mind?
You see him start getting all jittery and stuff, and then just at that moment you hear Winky come out from behind the... Papa! Listen here, you little bastard. Don't interrupt me. I'm getting a date. Papa! I'll get back to you. Listen here, Winky. You don't interrupt a man when he's asking a lady for a dinner date. Papa! I apologize for my father's rude behavior. Now, what is it that you are... I can see that you guys are looking to buy a lot of stuff.
I think the others are still huddled, right? Because we're waiting with Valron.
Yeah.
Valron, what are your suggestions?
Like distracting the old man.
Yeah, they're over there.
Okay. So Valron, what do you suggest that we get?
Well, obviously the flying item worked very well, or the situation like last time. So I think something like even once a day that you could use fly, that always helps extremely well. For Morgrim, I would suggest something like goggles that he could use to be able to see better when we are doing scouting and stuff. Those are the things I've come up so far. For you, Oregon, there are swords that are referred to as dancing or jumping and springing. They would seem to fit you as well, and they increase your singing skills. They are more elvish weapons.
I'm not good with swords, though.
They would be a shorter sword or a dagger like you have used in the past.
But I don't use them well. I typically don't hit things.
That's my point. You say dance and it does it.
So it'll like automatically hit things?
That is one of the ones you can get. Yes, that was one of the things I was thinking.
Which one is that one?
Sort of dancing.
The dancing sword automatically hits things? Ooh.
Yeah, so I mean that way you wouldn't have to necessarily go away from your spell casting. They're very, very expensive though.
Well, we can see how much it is. So we'll put that on the list. So we're looking for a dancing sword. And then what were the goggles for Morgrim?
Something to increase like out of character perception, you know what I mean? That type of stuff, like be able to see further, see better.
There isn't.
You already have the out of character. You have the goggles.
I have the night vision, yeah. The only other thing that could possibly work would be a Gemma-scene, and those are really freaking expensive. And also, not to mention that the dancing sword, you need more than 10 grand to buy one of those.
We can ask him and see.
Like, I already stated what would help my character out is like something that'll keep me out of range. But it's too expensive. That's the thing. 10 grand isn't very much when you're searching for good magic items.
All right, guys, I got a question. Just does strength matter into your attack or not?
Depends on your
I'm a little
class.
confused.
So out of character. Okay, so strength for a fighter is everything. Barbarians, fighters, right? And the type of weapons you use. The weapons you use are strength based, right?
Okay.
You're a hack and slash smash kind of guy, right? So
Yep.
strength is important to you. Unlike a rogue or a ranger who is more dex based, right? Their attacks are more dexterous. That's why it's based on dexterity. You are more like just get in there and pummel.
Okay.
They're more elegant. Elves are more dexterous because they do their movements the way they do. So it depends on the weapon and what you're trying to do. But for your class and who you are, it's strength is the most important thing.
So does the strength then add into the attack roll?
Yes, it adds into your attack roll, it adds into your damage, it adds into all that.
So just upping my strength and not changing the weapon I have should still allow me to hit harder?
Yeah, allows you to do more. Now the weapon has a set damage, like 2d6, right? But instead of +3 you can go +5 or +6, right? If you increase your strength to a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with to hit. If you have a +6 to hit right now and you up your strength a couple points and you get a +1 or a +2 to it, then instead of a +6 it's a +8. Do you see how that works?
Okay. So let me ask. Right now, looking at my character sheet, I have a strength of 3, and then in the circle under it is a 17.
Right.
So if I up that to a 19 with, say, like the Gauntlets of Ogre
+4.
if I go above that, I go with something
Every
like that
2 it
Belt
goes
of
up
Giant
1.
Strength.
Right. Every even number up. So 18, 19 is 4, 20, 21 is 5, 22, 20. You see how it goes?
Okay. So then the Belt
sorry,
of
18,
Giant
19.
Strength that you had said was available for sale,
Right.
which one is it? Because they list like 5 of them.
No, it depends on who they attuned it to, right? The type of giant that it's modeled after, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it would put you
frost
at,
giant, fire giant, storm
Go
giant,
back
stuff
to
like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm
Does
expecting the
different
one that's
things.
listed as legendary for the Storm Giant with a strength of 29 is probably a bit more than $1,000.
Yeah.
That's not gonna
I
be
mean-
there. No,
Unless there was a really nice discount, that would be kind
no,
of cool.
that's not it. That's not the one.
Well, let's
either.
just put it this way. Remember the
Yours
ring of
would be-
invisibility that I asked about? It was 25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain
One
items
of the-
like
one of the
the
ways
hill
to,
giant one would be the one that they're talking about. It would be a 21. The giants have a hierarchy like everything else, and hill giants are the lowest, but their strength, we would put you at a strength of 21.
Yeah.
Automatically.
So that's only $1,000, so that's not bad.
Yeah, the other ones start going up exponentially more expensive.
I would imagine.
Like Storm
So-
Giant, you couldn't afford it.
Is there any ring then that would just add, say, like 1 to your strength, the way that like a ring of protection does?
Let me see if they do have rings of.
Because I figure if I could get my strength to 22, and then if I could just add 1 more to my armor class, that would get me to a 20 armor and a 22 strength.
I
No,
don't think there's any rings
there's
that
no
add
ring
strength.
No, there's no rings like that.
It's only girdles and gauntlets.
The gauntlet
Okay,
just
you
gives
said
you.
they don't stack?
Mm-mm.
That's not necessarily true because there is a spell that you can add a D4 to your strength, and
Right.
you could have a spell stored in there, and that's kind of the way we should be looking at things. Is not magic items that are permanent, but are ones that are 1 a day, 2 a day use. Those are much cheaper, and we can then get more powerful items.
Yeah, there's no rings of
Yeah,
strength that
but
increase
those-
your strength. It's either the belt or the gauntlets. The gauntlets will automatically make your strength a 19. The belt will make your strength an automatic 21.
So who wants what? I would like. I don't know what everybody wants, but I would like to get the Ring of Spell Storing and at least 1 Cloak of Displacement for myself.
All right.
After further looking at items and stuff, there are 2 that I want to ask about that might actually help me.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a ring of spell turning if they got one, or a ring of telekinesis, as far as prices go.
Okay. We'll ask him about it.
right back.
The ring of spell turning is. Don't even bother.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wow.
Way too expensive. Okay. I had a feeling it would be, but
And same thing for the ring of telekinesis. Those are exceptionally rare and legendary stuff. The telekinesis one would be like 9,000.
okay.
So
The other thing we could do is the rod of security. They would have to build one, but it's 8,000, and it would basically get us out of any jam. So
that's
either we can get
if
that.
you're able to use it.
How about Cloak of Flight?
Cloak of Flight.
I think it's called Wings of Flying or something like that. Is
I know.
what the cloak
Look,
is.
look.
If we want to get the staff, I can see what he'll give me for my scimitar.
No, we don't have to sell anything. Let's see what we can. I'll talk to Winky, and we can.
Just saying.
We can get it
There's no Cloak of Flying. Let me look. It's not
done. It's
showing.
Wings of Flying, is what it's called.
Wings of
Called
Flying.
Wings of Flying. Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be cheap.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be cheap.
That's not that bad actually. It'd be 2,000 like the Cloak of Displacement.
Oh, okay. Then I'll put in for one of those. That would take up my share right there.
Okay. So let's ask about the other stuff, and see what he has.
Oh, and also just one-handed battle axes with modifiers.
And if I get that cloak, that Wings of Flying, I will have a Cloak of Protection +1 up for grabs if anybody wants it.
+1 battle axes.
Yeah, and +2 just for kicks if you see them there.
Well, +2 would be 800 a piece. +1s are like 100 a piece.
Oh, actually, you got a good point. We should probably upgrade to magical weapons rather than masterwork weapons.
Okay. Weapons, I mean, yeah, so weapons don't do me too much, but...
Yeah, but I mean, all of us
For you
are
guys.
running with like masterwork weapons, which, remember, did crap to the werewolves and Umber Hulks and stuff like that. So even if it's just a +1,
Okay,
I can
let's...
enchant any item to +1.
So Ranger, that was 800 for a +2 axe.
Mm-hmm.
Can you add... Faerun, can you make something a +2 if it's already a +1?
It's possible, but there'd be a chance that it would fail and have bad things happen. But yes, it's possible.
what are the materials required though for enchanting gear to +1?
It's less than purchasing because the person is doing the work. So, but you come out ahead. But again, there's the chance that you might fail. So that's why usually people pay the higher prices. So I can do that, but it would take a long time as well. But that's something I can be working on during travels. Like I've been working on items for each of you since we started traveling.
Oh. Well, that's nice of you.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, let's make a decision here, guys. What are we doing?
Okay, so let's see. So Celestra wants the Staff of the Woodlands, right?
All right. Then how much did I say that was? 2,000? 1,800?
2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
2,000. And then Morgrim wants the Wings of Flying.
Okay.
That's another 2,000, right?
Yep.
And Andrew left. I don't know what Andrew would want.
We'll just leave him out of it for right now.
Okay. Who else wants something? Because I wanted the Ring of Spell Storing and the Cloak of Displacement, which ends up being 3,800. But I don't want to hog it if there's stuff that you other people need.
I mean, I got a couple of things in mind. Like I'd like another I'd like a ring of protection.
Something that could protect us from the elements
Well,
might not be a bad idea either.
I can just say you guys
Roll-
probably have enough to get a really high-end item each, or you get a couple of lower-end items, but pretty cool.
Well, who was it that wanted the Ring of Protection?
I did.
Do you have a Cloak of Protection?
I do.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
why-
if you didn't, I have one you can have.
I know. I'm looking
Now
at just trying to
remember-
get my armor class to 20.
Remember, too,
Just
guys,
one.
you can only attune to 3 items in total.
Well, that's ones that require attunement, though.
All magical items require attunement.
Would a
I-
battle axe plus
I don't think
2
so.
be
Well,
considered magic?
that's not true. Weapons sometimes don't, but most items that you wear to have the effect do.
Especially good ones, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I'd like an axe plus 2, the belt of strength, and a ring of protection. It's like 2,300 gold.
So what was that? So you wanted an axe plus 2.
A belt of strength and a ring of protection. So I figure it's 2,300. And then I'm just curious, how much
If
could
you
I
go
get
with the
from my current
gauntlet,
axe?
it's cheaper.
Yeah, but they don't do as much.
Oh, okay.
Because the gauntlets are only going to get me to a 19, so it's only a plus 2. Whereas the belt gets me to a 21.
Okay. So in total, that's 1,500, 3,500, 5,500, 6,300 so far. Okay. Valron, did you want anything?
I'm letting the party decide.
Well, if something's gonna help you. There's something that's gonna help you?
I mean, I think we should probably focus on, keeping people like the cleric who can heal others and Rogaris, the fighter. Those people need to be as protected and stuff as possible. So that's why I'm going this direction.
Okay, so then if I add my Cloak of Displacement and the Ring of Spell Storing, that's 3,800. So we're at 10,100, and we can maybe negotiate that down since we're
And
buying
you
so
just
much.
have to remember, Andrew has 2,000 of this. He hasn't bought anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing with Andrew. Since he's
Andrew,
not here.
and he's not here. So I mean, technically, he would be there. He might be interested in something. So I'm saying, technically, you have
Because it's not 2,000, because there's 6 of us. It's
5.
less than 2,000.
McCarvin said he was not interested.
No, I'm not including McCarvin. There's 6 of us total, without McCarvin.
Oh well, whatever it comes to. So
That's what I'm saying. So it's less than 2,000. That's why it's hard without him being here. Trying to figure out what we would get him, because he would at least get the Cloak of Protection from Morngrim. Can you check, Ranger, if Andrew has a Cloak of Protection already? Actually, I can check. You give me check really quick.
I'm already on it.
Okay. I don't think he does.
I would say an item or boots that make him move faster would be very high on the list, because then he could get to us quicker to heal. Same with you, Oregon, in case someone gets wounded quickly.
He does not.
Let's see
Okay,
how
he'll
much
get
winged
my
boots are.
Cloak of Protection.
See how much the winged boots are. How much are winged boots?
I know that boots of speed had been $3,000 in Immersy.
No, different effect.
Yeah. Oh, these are probably going to be more expensive because these are like you don't have to do anything for it to be flying.
But they're
No, they're not that hard actually.
Yeah, they're
200.
200? Okay.
Oh, well.
That's not bad.
Okay, so we got the winged boots.
They're visible wings, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure you guys realize that.
What is
Yeah.
that? All right, what's the final tally?
Well, not with the boots. The boots you don't show wings. It's the cloak that turns into wings.
No, the boots have wings on the side of them.
Of course, the cloak also, well...
The cloak
Do
turns into
you
wings.
want the boots instead of the wings, Mongrim?
Actually, you know what? I'll just take my cut and save it. Because there's got to be more jobs that I can save up and start getting the good stuff rather than just settling for what we can get right now.
God, you're making it so difficult. Okay.
So strike the winged stuff.
Well, the winged boots would be 200 gold. Morgan.
Yeah. Do you want the winged boots instead of the wings of flying?
Yeah, if they're just 200 gold, get them, Morgan.
Does the same thing, basically, right?
Yeah, you can fly.
And keep in mind, as a druid, I'm really not independent, so that the staff is pretty much one of the only neat things that I'd add to my arsenal.
And how much is the staff?
2,000.
That was 2.
That's fun.
We're all like a little less than 2,000 on average, so I'm trying to make sure everybody gets something from this that they can use. So do you want the winged boots, Morgrim?
Like I said, I don't mind giving my share
Real quick.
so people can get better things if they need it. I don't mind.
I'm trying to see. Okay, so we have the 2,000 for the Staff of the Woodlands. I'm just making a list of all the stuff that we're actually considering right now, and then we'll figure it out. 1,000 for the Belt of Giant Strength. Then we
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go for the boots.
All right.
Okay. How many winged boots do you have, Winky?
1.
Ooh. Any chance you'd be able to get a second anytime soon?
Be a week.
Okay, so we need the winged. We'll get one of the winged boots anyways.
Hey,
Winged
Ranger,
boot.
how much would an axe plus 3 be? Just out of curiosity.
Like, what did I say?
Thought plus 3s were in like the 16.
Yeah, 1,600. Yeah, they're pretty expensive. 1,600.
All right.
16 to 2,000.
So you're not missing a 0?
No, they're not. They're not like wondrous. They're rare, but they're not like putting an achievement on. Just like so, like say like 1 to 5 is like +1 depending on the shop. Then you get a 5 to 15 for this +2, and then anything depending on the weapon, quality of the weapon and the enchantment. It's going to be at least 2,000 plus. Some are a little bit less. Some things are a little bit more. But being you're in a train city, I take that into account that they have more stuff. They charge a little less. There's more competition as well. So, but for one, it would only be just one. That would be like 18 to 2,000.
Okay, so the +2 is 800.
Yes.
Okay. And how much would I get for a trade-in on my current battle axe? Not the silver one, just the regular.
What is it?
It's just a regular.
They wouldn't even buy it here. You'd probably sell it to a weaponsmith. Probably get 25 gold.
Okay.
Maybe less.
Old Jess. Battle axe +2 reminds me of having dinner with my ex-wife and her parents.
And 800 for the weapon plus 2.
And Valoran, you said that you could enchant things to be a +1.
Yeah, there's a spell I can cast that can make items +1, like a sword +1. Like I can do that. Your battle axe could become magical, so to speak. If I make it a higher level spell slot, increases the potency of the magic.
So if you were to cast that on my cloak of protection, it's already a +1. It can become a +2.
No, it's like a weapon thing.
Oh.
Okay, I think I have the list of what we're getting here.
All right, give it to me.
Okay, so it'll be 1 staff of the woodlands,
Mm-hmm.
1 belt of giant strength,
Uh-huh.
1 winged boots, 1 cloak of displacement,
Okay.
1 ring of spell storing,
Okay.
and 1 +2 battle axe.
All right, what's the total you have on
7,800,
that? There you go.
and I want to negotiate it down.
All right, try to negotiate with Winky.
Finn, you have the ring of
any of
protection
us
on it?
assist?
I
Nope.
intentionally didn't put it because I'm going to give you mine.
Oh, okay.
Roll,
was that?
Roll a persuasion.
Okay. Can I do luck or no?
Nope.
Okay. 24.
He knocks it down to 7,500. He feels bad that his father always gives you guys a really hard time. And essentially, since you're spending this kind of money to buy some of these items that he hasn't been trying to get rid of, that and the fact that, he wants repeat customers, he'll give it all to you for 7,500.
Okay. Okay, and I give him the gold.
You give him the gold and you have all those items.
What if we were to say put patches that says Winky's Emporium on our armor? Would he give us a bigger go for sponsorship?
We'll look like NASCAR teams.
Yeah.
He's like, something to consider. We'll think about it for future endeavors.
Okay.
So there you go.
So, I'm giving so everyone gets their stuff, and then I tell Valron, you and Yusuf have 2,500 gold to spare amongst yourselves, however you want.
There's nothing you wanted, Valron?
I didn't speak up really. I said that's why I was saying to kind of use it for the rest of
Oh,
the
I
group
just saw
to
that.
get
Never mind. I got you. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I wanted mine to go towards kind of helping everybody else get grouped,
Okay.
equipped.
Well, you guys have 2,500 and stuff that you can use for Yusuf or something else. So there you go. All right. So shopping is done. Anything else you guys want to do now? Divvy that out. Go ahead and put that stuff on your characters. Who's getting what, Finn? So go
Who's
ahead.
getting
and,
what?
so make sure
Celestra getting the staff of the woodlands.
Right. And do you have
Rogaris?
the stats and stuff from that? You should be able to pull it into your inventory there. Let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hit the I in the selection up there. Type in the name of the item that you got, and you can just drag the item from there into your inventory, and it'll put all the stats in. And I will be right back.
All right, I'll do it. Let's find your character sheet.
Congratulations, Celestra. You are indeed powerful.
Helps. Staff of the Woodlands, right?
Yes.
See. All right, it's in your inventory. You'll probably have to make a copy of what it does somewhere. I wonder why it's not added. Oh, it's okay. I see why.
It just adds it into the inventory, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't actually treat it as a actual weapon. But
Mhm.
I think if you open it, well, if it'll let you. Well, that's ridiculous. We'll get with that after for next week, Tills. I'll have to put that information on there somewhere so you know what it does.
Okay.
Anybody else problems with anything?
No, I got mine.
All right. Make a note.
And I give my ring of protection to Rogaris.
Right.
It's already adjusted my stuff.
All right. And we'll get with Andrew next week to see what he wants to get.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys get done shopping. You head back to House Traylon to.
And along the way, hey Valron, what can you put in my ring?
I can put any of my spells.
What are they? What are they?
What kind of effect are you wishing?
Stuff not to die.
I'm not really the correct person to talk to. I would talk to Celestia or Eustace then.
What about something to attack and hit people with?
Your wand does that pretty well.
But I can't use it too many times.
But it does recharge itself, remember.
But in a day. I'm trying to think of something I can use to hit that guy. And more than once if we have to fight him.
He's going to be resistant to most magic, so I could still do it if that's your goal and look, but that character is going to be extremely difficult with my level of spells to affect.
Okay, I'll think about it.
The only thing I can think of that would be good in your ring if you were trying to end things would be confusion would help, or banishment.
Ooh, what's banishment?
They get sent to a faraway realm.
Ooh. I'm liking the sound of that one. Okay, I'll think about it. Thank you, Valron.
No problem. I appreciate answering questions. Please ask. Anyone.
Alright, then continue.
All right. Anybody else? All right, so you guys make your way back to House Traylon, and there you guys eat, and from there, you guys go to bed for the evening with your new item secure and your pathway set, and that is where we are going to leave it for today. All right, so that's our session for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't checked out our Patreon, please do. Check out our GoFundMe. If you haven't checked that out for our run that we're going to be doing, the half marathon for the American Cancer Society. And with that, we wish you all a wonderful night. Be safe, and we will holler at you later.